Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
We are here to get you through the beginning of your workday. It's Monday out there, Jack. Monday, the day the whole work week starts. Thanks, Henry Ford.
Yeah, douche.
Dickhead. Nazi sympathizer. Is it any wonder Mondays suck when they were pretty much invented by a Nazi sympathizer?
Right? And anti-Semite.
Uh-huh. Anyhow. Jack, how you doing, man?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Sore but well, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd have been here a few minutes earlier, but somebody got me a subscription to Golf Magazine, and nobody's ever told me who did it.
Huh.
Yeah, I still have no idea who did it. And it's kind of a catch-22 thing. Both bittersweet. That's actually a better way of putting it. Because you know me, I love my golf. And I enjoy seeing beautiful courses. I would love to play that hole, but then there's always that thought, I'm never going to do that again.
I often think I would like to play that hole, but that, it involves thoughts as well, but it involves Asians more often than anything else.
So the Asian courses, yeah, I've seen those. There's some pretty ones.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. I enjoy it because I do like to still read and see about it. And whoever did that, thank you. But I was out there. They just came out with their top courses in the U.S. And so I was flipping through going, I would love to. Never mind. I'm not. But I was just staring at pictures. So anyway, we're going to earlier than normal tonight, guys, because I have a date with a 2-year-old. Well, she's not quite 2. She'll be 2 in a week. She's coming over tomorrow around noon, Jack, and we're going to color, and we're going to watch cartoons, and we're going to eat brownies. That's
sort of my plans for the day as well.
Yeah, it's
but I'm going to be alone.
Universal. It's a great way to spend the day. I hope everybody spends the day that way. Just watch cartoons, eat brownies, and chill and color. People don't color enough.
That's why they're angry all the time.
Yeah, probably. I still enjoy coloring. Like I told you the other day, I can mostly color in the lines. I'm not perfect, especially now with my twitchy hands, man. That makes it. But now I have an excuse for being outside the lines.
Oh, true.
Yeah, my hand twitched. It's a lie, though. So yeah, we're gonna be. I'm watching a little one. I'm trying to do the math in my head, and if it works out, she'll probably be with me for about 6 hours tomorrow.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So we get to hang out. I will have to feed her real food too.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, it's
like
easy.
Pizza?
She loves mac and cheese, man. She loves pizza. Oh. Kids are easy to feed, man. They tend to get their favorites, and you just shove that at them. She really loves tomatoes, so Grandpa got a big thing of grape tomatoes the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. But because of that, I had to go early tonight just to make sure I get into bed and get enough sleep. And Jack, I wasn't on Twitter very long and pulled up quite a bit that still annoyed the shit out of me.
Well, it's Twitter, so pretty easy to do.
It's a little too easy to do that. Yeah. I think I want to start earlier in the day, though. I think I want to back us up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Nicholas, thank you. Read the Salon article from 7, Monk. From 7.
Yeah, 7, the person.
Who's 7?
Yeah, just look for the article. You'll find it.
Okay. Thank you for the donation. But before we get there, this is a video that was going around today, Jack, that I don't know any other way to describe it except despicable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the audio. There's nothing you need to hear from the audio. It's just music, which means I can turn it down on my side too. It's a woman with some flip cards on her Tumblr, or not Tumblr. What is this shit called?
Note cards.
TikTok.
No.
Over there on the tickety tockety. Nicholas, thank you. The one about hell and Trump. Thank you for the donation, and I will do my best to check it out. It's a good time to remind you, though. Speaking of hell, we are brought to you by you. Good segue, right? Hit that like button, hit the share button, and if you can, shekels are appreciated because me and Jack like to eat. This fucking video pissed me off.
It should. It should piss you off on multiple levels.
She starts out with a card that tells us, my 55-year-old conservative dad, ... has never voted Democrat in his life. He is dying of aplastic anemia. Keep that in mind, guys. We've had some intense exchanges about him voting for Trump this year, which has been painful since we'll almost certainly lose him in the next few weeks / months. We're going to stop right there for a moment, Jack. Her father is dying, likely be dead within the next few months at the longest. And this sorry, YouTube, I'm sorry, this fucking cunt is having intense debates with her dad about how he's voting. That's what you're spending the last few months of your dad's life doing, you heartless whore.
Yep. This is very much somebody that has sociopathic tendencies because she does not care enough about her dad to put politics aside and just spend time with him while she can.
A few weeks to months left, and that's what you do. But it gets better. He has 6 daughters who love him dearly. Yesterday, let's go back just a second here.
So he's got 7 daughters?
Apparently. Look at her face as she pulls the yesterday part out here. Just back it up a little bit more. He has 6 daughters. Yesterday. Look at her. Look at her. She's so emotional here. He was so excited to tell me he just voted for Biden-Harris 2020. Look how smiley she is. Look how smiley she is.
Yeah. What a cunt.
I hope to fuck he lied to this bitch.
I do too.
Look at that. Look at that. Yay. Dad's dying. Yay. Because it matters to my girls and my girls matter to me. Now, here's the part as a dad where I call bullshit. The part where I call bullshit. Because if he honestly believes that Trump is the better way for the country to go, that would be the better way to take care of his daughters than to just give in to them and do something that he thought was bad for them.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this didn't happen. I'm not saying that he didn't tell her that. If he dies before Election Day, does his vote still count? Yes, I believe so. And I'm sorry, who? I didn't even see who said that one. Angry Illinoisan. Thank you for that. I'm sorry. It had popped off the screen just enough that I didn't see the name. Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. The person dying is supposed to have a dying wish, not fulfilling someone else's wish. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Vote for the guy who respects women. If my very Republican dad can, so can you. Well, here's the thing, cunt. You don't have anything to hold over me to force me to vote the way you want to, the way you just did to your dying father.
Yeah, with your emotional blackmail.
This is not okay. I saw this, Jack. The person who tweeted it out said, "This, wait for it, cries in a heart." This is not something to encourage. This is fucking abuse.
Yeah.
This is mental abuse.
This is straight up evil. You're withholding love from your father, trying to get him to vote your way in a stupid election. Your parents matter more than a stupid petty election.
They should. They really should, but they don't to her. This woman does not care about her father. I'm sorry. No. She doesn't.
No. This is brainwashing, mental illness.
She is a selfish, spoiled, evil person.
Yeah.
And I hope bad things happen to her.
Yep.
Ex Bubba Hotep, thank you. Respect is a weird way to spell sniffs.
True. Assassin made a good point in the chat. He said that now that he's gone, the dad will be voting Democrat in perpetuity.
That's true too. But again, I hope to fuck he lied to him. I really do.
Yeah. The fact that she was even making this video tells you how little she cared about her father.
The fact that she's getting in political arguments with a dying man.
Yeah. And you know what? He probably just said, fine, I'm voting this way just to get them to like spend time with him because he was afraid they were going to use this as like an emotional blackmail to not see him while he's dying.
Well, they already were. I mean, God, this one pissed me off so bad. You know what I would give for another month with my dad?
Right?
Where I would do nothing but just spoil that man rotten and show him how much I loved him. And if he came out and he said, because my dad did lean Democrat and he heavily so, I would just sit there and listen to him talk about his politics. I wouldn't argue at all.
It's not worth it.
I'd just be like, I love you, Dad. Can I make you a sandwich while you talk about that? And this cunt, and apparently his other daughters, are badgering him over voting for fucking Biden. The one who respects women so much, he picked the woman who slept her way to the top.
Yeah.
That woman is an evil bitch. She is a cunt by every definition of that word. Except for the good one, Jack.
Right?
She's a dirty, nasty hole. This is why women should not be able to vote. We saw a lot of this kind of blackmail bullshit back in 2016. We saw it from BuzzFeed made a video telling people, tell grandparents they're not going to be allowed to see their grandkids if they vote for Trump. This has become a new thing for them. Emotional blackmail.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Shroud Angel, thank you. Apparently Trump's first name is George. What?
You didn't see that clip? I retweeted it. I'll grab the link while we're talking here.
But thank you, Shroud Angel. No, I didn't see it. Or if I did, I didn't pay attention to that's what I was supposed to be looking at. Because I saw the little clip from 60 Minutes. That we'll probably watch too, because Joseph, my God. Anyhow, if you are somebody who would do this to anyone else, if you would do this to, especially for Trump, or even you're like, if you vote for Biden, I won't let you see your grandkids. I don't want you watching me. I don't want anything to do with you. You're a horrible fucking person too. Don't do this to people, whether they're dying or not. That's not cool. If you're going to pull that, I can't be friends with you because you're like that. I mean, I suppose that's up to you. But when you're talking about cutting off members of your family over politics, that's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Now, if you have other things that you cut them, that you just don't get along, okay, fine. But here, I want to help you guys out. If you have trouble, discussing politics with your family, don't fucking do it. Thanksgiving turns into a fight over politics. Here's an idea. Don't fucking talk about it at Thanksgiving. Don't get it. Why are you fighting over this shit? It's amazing. I've gotten to the point that I don't discuss it. I discuss it here. I'll discuss it with people if they want to. But for the most part, unless my opinion is asked, I'm just like, whatever. Life's too short, man. Life's too short. You want to be that fucking pissy over politics? I'm just going to excuse myself from the conversation. Because I don't know if you paid attention, but both of these candidates are far from perfect. And if you can justify voting for Joe Biden when your criticisms of Trump are that say he abused his office, he's been accused of abusing women, that he's racist. What else do they give us? That he's paid off by other countries. I'd love to know how you justify voting for Biden when those are your criticisms.
Yeah.
Sincerely. But instead, if you have a family member that you love and that your only dispute with them is who they're voting for, let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, grow up. Life's way too short for that. And these days, you just never know what's going to happen next. It's been a crazy year. Riots, plagues, locusts. It's a very biblical year.
Indeed.
Just put the differences aside. Say nice things to each other. Enjoy each other's company while you have it.
This woman says that her father has weeks to months to live. I got no chance to say goodbye to my dad. It was an instant thing. Died in his sleep. The greatest thing that happened with that is his birthday was 2 days before it, and we just happened to be out, and it's like we should get Dad a cake and take it over to him on his birthday. And it really made his day. He wasn't expecting it. And he thought it was really cool. And we brought him some groceries because my stepmom had died a few years beforehand. And Dad had trouble remembering to take care of himself. So we'd like, Dad, you have bologna in your fridge. I'm going to go get you some groceries. He wasn't addled or anything. He just like, I'll get it later. Like, no, you can't live like that, Dad. So you go down to like the closest convenience store and just get whatever was in the thing. Like, you can't live like that, Dad.
I feel weirdly judged by this.
Okay, you can live like that. My father can't. So yeah, we took it over there and made a big deal out of it, which was something, we didn't do most years. I'd give him a call most years. And so I was very happy that I got that last moment with him. And this fucking cunt, I hope when he does pass that it hits her what she did. I don't think it will.
No, it won't. She's not going to regret any of this.
But I hope it does. I hope she realizes that he loved her and that she showed that she really didn't love him. And I hope she lives with that pain forever. Because fuck her. All right, so there's a couple of links you've dropped here. What we got? Yeah. Which one am I looking for?
The first link is the link of Biden screwing up, and the second one is just a funny article that Babylon Bee put out.
And that other one I have to send you a message on that real quick.
Yeah, just yeah.
What I just wrote you is in regards to the very, very top one.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
So if you have a way of getting that to me, you don't have to. Don't go out of your way.
No, but I'll look that up and get back to you about it.
I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Guys, we don't have a producer, so we have to talk in code. You'll be fine. You don't need to know everything. Anyway, here we go. So this is the Biden thing. And can we hear?
What kind of country we're going to be?
Holy shit.
That's loud.
Good God Almighty.
Be 4 more years.
I mean, it's echoey, so it's going to be hard to make that decent. But all right, let's try that. Here we go, guys.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia. He's going to find ourselves in a position where, if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world. What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia.
Does he think it's 2004?
He might.
Why is my alarm going off?
I don't know. Why not?
I didn't set an alarm for 12 p.m.
Didn't you?
Or 12 a.m. No. I did, but I don't remember why I set an alarm for 12. Huh. Anyway, it's for 12 tomorrow. That's why.
Somebody screwed up AM and PM.
No, what I did is I used an alarm that had been set for 11 a.m. So I was just like, I'll just change it to 12. Oops. I forgot about whoops. Monkey, pay attention. Frank, thank you so much. Stole the speech from Bush's second opponent. Fair enough. We know he's a plagiarist piece of shit. All right. Jesus Christ. You know, now's a good time to play that other thing, Jack. Where is that? Did you see the Biden CNN clip?
No, I don't think.
Was it CNN? No. I did. 60 Minutes. That's what I'm thinking of. So, with what we just saw, let's take a look at this clip. But before we do that, something just dinged in my ear, so I got to figure out where that was. Was that on here? Oh, I think that was for the one we just got. That's running a little behind my alerts.
At least so, work.
Yeah. Small miracles. Here's the 60-minute clip that's been going around of Joe Biden.
If elected, you would be the oldest president in American history.
But I'm in good shape.
78 years old, 82 after 4 years. Donald Trump says you have dementia and it's getting worse.
Hey, the same guy who thought that the 9/11 attack was a 7/11 attack.
Dude, you just went after. You're fighting George.
Right? He admitted to voter fraud.
You've made so many mistakes that Jesus Christ. Anyway.
He's talking about dementia. All I can say to the American people is watch me. You see what I've done. You see what I'm going to do.
Oh, we have. Some of us have been paying attention for a while. Going all the way back to the primaries. When it was just me, Jack, and Bernie supporters pointing out this motherfucker had dementia.
Yeah, I think we were the first ones on this.
Very close to, if not the first, very close to. And there were people in our chat who were saying it too.
Yeah.
Cult of Krill, thank you. Did you notice that Jill said Trump's name under her breath twice in the video to correct Joe? I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't. We're going to bring that one back up, though, because I want to point out this one to kind of highlight that other one.
Look at me. Compare our physical and mental acuity. I'm happy to have that comparison.
Your age makes the choice of your vice president all the more important.
Wait for this next part, Jack.
Why do you think Senator Harris would be ready to step in and become commander-in-chief if something were to happen to you?
Number one, her values. Number two, she is smart as a devil. Number three, she has a backbone like a ramrod. Number four, she is really principled. And number five, she has had significant experience in the largest state in the union, running a Justice Department. It's only second in size to the United States Justice Department.
What do you think the chances are he rattled that shit off top of his memory?
0.77%.
Frank Hubbard, thank you. She's hot. She's cute. Yeah. I like her eyes.
She's old. She's not Asian enough.
Well, she's my wheelhouse. Okay. Pincalo, thank you. Nope, sorry, but the dementia was pointed out in 2010. Okay, we weren't paying attention to Biden in 2010, so we're talking about this time, Pincalo. I'm sure up there in Canada, you guys were paying a lot of attention to him in 2010.
Department. And, obviously, I hope that never becomes a question.
Oh, Joe, they are going to 25th your ass so quick.
Yeah, they are.
Now, remember, he wants you to judge his mental acuity next to Donald Trump's because he's not dementious at all.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, going to find ourselves in a position where
Oh, yeah, she did. She said Trump straight out once and then once out of the corner of her mouth. Yeah.
if Trump gets elected, we're going to be
Watch it again, guys. Watch her lips.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, going to find
Trump.
ourselves.
So he's inviting the comparison. I'll leave it up to you to, well, make your choice. Which one of them is? What's the word I'm looking for here, Jack? Losing it. Which one of them has lost their fucking mind?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Joe. They need to put that. Coherent would have been a good one. What's her name? I was actually thinking losing it. Sometimes we do that for play. I don't know if they understood that was for play, that I wasn't actually searching for the word. Now, there's a lot of times I really am searching for the word. Sometimes it's a setup. Thank you, Rodline, who says, my dad died in early 2016. I have a niece that went full-blown commie for Bernie that year. She never brought it up to him. I see this slime bag daughter, and it makes me sick. I'm so glad my niece isn't like that bottom-dwelling pond scum of a woman. I'm glad she's not either. That's it's awesome that she left it out, that she didn't deal with that shit with him. I hope she just spent time with him, you know? I think they should just get this over with. They should both do push-ups.
Yeah, I agree.
Joe's convinced he can do more push-ups than anybody. He's he's the push-up king. He's like now this is where I'm actually it slipped my mind. Clint Eastwood. No, but it wasn't Clint. It was the guy who did the one-arm push-ups. What the fuck's his name? At the Oscars, he was in the Billy Crystal Cowboy movie. I'm losing all these names.
Are you talking
City
about
Slickers.
Jack Palance?
Jack Palance when he did the one-arm push-ups.
Yeah.
That's Biden. I think he could win the presidency if he got down and did one-arm push-ups.
Maybe.
Let the old men fight it out for the presidency. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Well, Trump's got that belly. He could probably take a good hit. You know?
He could confuse Joe pretty easily, too.
No, monks, don't go getting demented, too. No, sometimes shit just slips my mind.
That's the thing. You're getting older, you forget more easily.
I've always been like that, especially with names. But you're right. As I'm getting older, there's certain words that are just like, I know the fucking word, damn it. Get me my pills. You know, it started with the pills, and I really fucking hate it. I really do. The name part is true my whole life. It is. I suck with names. I've always sucked with names. I think everybody should just be called Hey You. It would make my life a lot fucking easier. And that's what life is about, Jack, making my life easier. Thanks for going with me on that.
I just work here.
The fight would end with both of them have a heart attack. I don't know. I bet Trump's heart is pretty strong. He might have a stroke. he's a pretty healthy guy other than being fat. And I know that sounds like a what's the word? An oxymoron kind of, but at my biggest weight, Jack, I'm lying in a hospital bed, not feeling very well. I don't remember if that was when I had the flu or what it was, but I'm hooked up to a heart monitor as well. And this nurse looks at me. She goes, "Wow, you have a really strong heart. Are you a runner?" Like, bitch, I'm almost 300 pounds. What part of that says runner to you? I've just always had a very strong heart.
Maybe you used to be 500.
I guess. Yeah, you can have a strong heart and still be fat. It'll wear on you. Trump has put on a few pounds recently. Like over the last year or so. He was looking pretty portly at the debate the other day.
I think he's actually lost some weight because he's only 240, according to his doctor. Because that came out
bullshit.
I know, right? That's what they said during that press conference thing they had.
Yeah, bullshit. He's 240 like I'm 170.
Well, he used to wear bulletproof vests a lot. But this was probably 15 years ago because I remember him talking about that in an interview that he used to carry a concealed weapon and wear a bulletproof vest. So maybe he wears a bulletproof vest now, like regularly.
I don't know what it is, but I was worried that his hands weren't going to be able to touch the podium because of his belly. Like, I'll need to do a little insert there where he can just pull it out and stick his belly in it. Look, hey, and don't get mad, guys. He's fat. I didn't do it. Because I'm 245 and slimmer than him at 6'1". Yeah, how is he? I know he's what, 6'3", 6'1", 6'3", something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting portly.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's 270.
Mr. President, stop putting the fruit in your oatmeal.
Stop eating oatmeal. Gross. That's horse food. Yeah, I would doubt that a lot of times he wears some type of bulletproof vest or ballistic vest just because, like Assassin said in chat, Secret Service probably has him do that occasionally. So sometimes that's probably adding on. Because if you already have a low gut and you wear one of those, it makes you look a lot fatter.
Oh, this is the other one. Yeah, I saw this and I laughed my ass off. I shouldn't laugh at this. This shouldn't be funny. I should be like, why is that funny? Why am I getting vacuum cleaner ads? I haven't looked for any of this. No.
Well, we did mention Kamala Harris and her Hoover maneuver, so that might be why.
Am I getting ads because they're listening again? God damn it. I hate listening ads. You guys can
hate ads.
Look, if I look something up and they want to throw ads for a month at me based on them, I don't care. Fine. But I have not looked at any goddamn vacuums on my account. This is bullshit.
What's her name said, lol, Taft. Yeah, Taft was probably our fattest president. They had to get a special bathtub for him.
Didn't he get stuck in a bathtub?
Yeah, that's why they had to get the special bathtub. I think that the custom bathtub is in the Smithsonian.
Newly mustachioed Bill de Blasio unveils special red armbands for police enforcing lockdown.
I laughed way too hard. This is true.
The way they've been going after Jews there in New York, man.
Right? It's looking a little suspicious. Like he is straight up targeting the Jewish community in New York, which is really dumb considering, I hate to use the stereotype, but how many lawyers are in New York?
Right? There's a lot of Jews. There's a big Jewish community in New York City.
Absolutely. And let's face it, a lot of Jews in New York are upper class. And they have money, and fucking with them like he has been is a serious mistake. And it makes him look like a massive anti-Semite, which I wouldn't be surprised about.
I don't think it's making him look like that. I think he is one.
Yeah, I do too.
Nicholas, thank you. Salon article, Monk. We'll get to it. Relax. Calm down.
It's in the list. Don't worry.
Google searches for "Can I change my vote?" spike following Hunter Biden's sex tape release. Wow. No, this is why you need to make sure you vote properly, dumbasses. This is from the from Gateway Pundit. I used to read this a lot way back when I didn't do YouTube and I just did all blogging stuff. By the way, you can keep donating to tell me to read that article, though, if you want to. I will not tell you to stop doing that. I got to be careful here, Jack. This is how I eat.
I know, right?
No, I do appreciate that. Well, we will get to it, though. So let's see. Searches for "Can I change my vote?" surged on Sunday evening following the bombshell sex tape and email leak from Hunter Biden's laptop, including the crucial swing state, Pennsylvania. That doesn't sound good for Trump.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It's great that people are looking to change their vote, but there's been a lot of early voting already.
Yeah.
So
most of the people I know that have been doing the early voting are Democrats, though.
yeah. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It might be that this was the October surprise Trump needed.
Yeah.
And that the people who still haven't voted are like, whoa, well, shit. When looking at interest by region, Utah, Idaho, and Pennsylvania had the most searches, respectively, followed by New Mexico, Michigan, Arizona, Missouri, Nevada, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are ones Biden probably needs to win. Jordan, thank you. You read my article, Monk, nice and slow. Or you read that article, Monk, nice and slow. Which article? I feel like he's making. Is he making fun of me?
Maybe.
Look, man, I can't read. Leave me alone. Oh wow! Searches for Hunter Biden China surged at the same time. Get this shit off my screen. Interest in people changing their vote surged just before 11 p.m. as Hunter Biden's laptop contents began to go viral. They included sex tapes, illicit photos, footage of him smoking crack with what appears to be prostitutes, and more. I like that, what appears to be prostitutes.
Well, it could have just been some slutty chick that he, out of habit, paid.
Well, it could have been crack horse.
That's true.
Could have also just been crack addicts that like hanging out with somebody who has the money to buy crack. There's also emails that appear to point to corruption with his father, Joe Biden, and an effort by Hunter Biden to avoid having to register as a foreign agent with his dealings with China. Searches about changing votes also surged following the final presidential debate when Biden said that he would seek to eliminate the oil industry as president. Now that's a little harder to quantify. Because you and I both agree that's probably going to hurt him in certain states.
Yeah.
But there's other things that could have hurt him in there. There's other things that could have hurt him that he said, stupid shit. We talked about that on the post-debate show. You can go watch it over there. It could have been many things that made him go, yeah, I really want to change my vote. I don't want to vote for this guy. And now that I've heard him speak. And this is what the Biden campaign has done. I don't want to say correct, but wisely, is keeping this motherfucker under wraps.
Yeah.
And you know, it does bother me that the American electorate, that the American press, that everybody is putting up with that bullshit from a major contender for the United States presidency. That right there should be an automatic disqualifier to smart voters. You should be like, why is he hiding? Why? And look, I'm not saying he's even got to go out on the campaign trail. You know, we got the COVID cough out there, Jack. You can get sick out there. So, okay, I understand. He doesn't want to do that. But he can do all kinds of interviews from home. He can do all kinds of them. He should have been any other candidate running against an incumbent would have been all over morning talk shows, afternoon talk shows, evening talk shows. They would have been everywhere. Thank you, Nico. 8 more days till election. Is how I feel. We'll get there. We'll get there. Everything's going to be ramping up. Everything's going to be ramping up. We're going to get very, very political over the next week. So hang in there. It's not over yet.
Great content for us.
Indeed. That the press, that's the one that irritates me the most. And I realize they're on board with covering for this shitbag because they're a bunch of fucking liberal pieces of shit who don't care fuck all about actual democracy or the election or any of that shit. It's just about getting their man in office. And they've turned the press literally into a PR arm of the DNC. But for them to be putting up with Joe Biden putting a lid on things for 4 fucking days, 2 weeks before the election, are you fucking kidding me? No other candidate in my lifetime that I can think of has done that. Has just 4 days before debate, that close to the election, just be like, yeah, we can't talk to the press at all. I'm sorry. And they're good with it. They're like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll carry the water for him.
Yeah. Well, I did find an article that was written on the 23rd called How the New York Times Helped Hide Stalin's Mass Murder in Ukraine, which I'm dropping the archive link to in the public chat now, because I think everybody should kind of be aware of that.
I'm going to grab that and look at it later, or we might read it in a little while. Let's see. So we just did Gateway. Here's this. Oh, I'm guessing this is a Salon one because it says Salon.
Yeah, it could be related.
Sending Trump to hell. Oh, go ahead.
Real fast. Thank you, Frank, for the donation. They claim so he did wrong was love. All he did wrong was love his son. And there's a link to a Washington Post article about that. So I'll drop that in the our side chat as well.
All who did wrong?
Hunter. Oh, all Joe did wrong was love Hunter.
Oh, that's stupid.
But thank you, Frank.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. Yawning portion of the show. It happens every night. It doesn't matter what fucking time we do the show, Jack. Does not matter.
Yeah.
But we're almost an hour in, and that's about when it starts. And I may have double taken my medicine, Jack. That's
not good.
When I was taking that dose just a little bit ago, I was like, did I already do this? Sending Donald Trump to hell. Dante Alighieri has words for Donald Trump from the other side of death. From some time now, I've wanted to send Donald Trump to hell. Who is Dante Alighieri? Is this Dante's Inferno?
Yeah, Dante Alighieri was the one.
I don't know how you say his name.
Inferno. Yeah.
All right. For some time now, I've wanted to send Donald Trump to hell. I mean this literally, not as a figure of speech. I want him to inhabit the palpable sensory hell that religions have long conjured up, with scenes of sulfur, damnation, and screams of perpetual pain from those who once caused grievous harm to their fellow humans. The more Trump has abused his power and position in this world, the more he's escaped any retribution for his crimes. The more obsessed I've become with visualizing ways for him to pay in some version of the afterlife.
What a load of shit.
The
hyperbole coming out of these people is lazy and weird and ridiculous.
Yeah. Jumping to the end. What's left to me then but to conclude these words by responding to the one objection you might legitimately raise to my picture of your fate in the afterlife. I imagine you crying out, but Dante, you will say the future you painted will take forever. And I will answer yes, Donald J. Trump. It will indeed take forever, but forever is all you have, all any of us have after all. Okay. Somebody named Ariel Dorfman wrote this shit, wanting to pretend to be Dante because she can't write herself. Nobody will care if it's her. Ariel's Inferno, new from Disney. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Way to come along with me on that one. Let's see. Now where are we at now? There's the.
I don't want the mouse killing me. What are you talking about?
That mouse is killing all of us slowly.
Already killing my childhood slowly.
What? NYPD officers in Flatbush were allegedly saying Trump 2020 over and over again on their patrol car speakers. They stopped when someone started filming, but couldn't resist one more in violation of the NYPD policy of endorsing a candidate while on duty. And there's video, huh?
Yeah. My comment when I retweeted this was, well, at least they took time off from rounding up Jews for de Blasio or something to that effect.
Right.
Because this was actually fucking funny.
Do it again. What, you can't say Trump 2020 now? Fucking pussy. Say it again.
Trump 2020.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking fascist. What, you can't say Trump 2020 now? Fucking pussy. Say it again.
Trump 2020.
Go fuck yourself, you fucking fascist.
He got angry.
Yeah, which is probably why they did it, because they're like, all right, fuck this asshole. Let's be funny. So I respect these officers. Yeah, they broke a rule. They should probably get like a naughty boy slap on the wrist. But that was comedy gold, man.
It really was. It really was. And this chick who tweeted it out, man, there's another angle, and she is pissed off too.
Oh yeah, she's a little fiery about it. Look, quit being babies. If that's all it takes to trigger you, you're a hypersensitive pussy. That's all there is to it. There's no concentration camps. Trump's not murdering people in the street. Stop being a giant vagina. Learn what real suffering is, you fucking babies. Good on these cops.
Yeah, relax. Yeah, and again, I agree with you. Of course, they do deserve a slap on the hand for that, because don't do that. Doug Resurrect, thank you. Howdy, y'all. Monk, the wife said, stop being nice to me. Tell your wife, no. I wish you were on Twitter, because there were some people who gave... Guys, I put out a call on Twitter today about possible problems with a laptop and not picking up a mic from a headset. And several people gave answers. They're kind of long to just go into here. And I'll try to, if we're on Steam together again, I'll tell you what they said. But he's getting an adapter, which is supposed to make it work anyway. So hopefully that'll take care of it.
I have two solutions for that. One is to hit it with a hammer so you can buy a new laptop. And it's a bit expensive, I understand, but it is a solution. And second, from when I had that problem, I bought a USB hub with four buttons on it so you can switch between outlets. And that worked actually perfectly because it recognized the hub and then took the microphone through that.
Yeah, he's getting like I said, he's getting an adapter, so hopefully that works out. X Bubba Hotep, thank you. Speaking of people getting mad for no reason, I've talked about the whole 3 nuns thing. Yeah, we'll get to that. We haven't talked about it yet, but we will. So there were two things that really fucking annoyed me today, and that's the second of them. It's a lid. Trump campaign staff says Joe Biden will not do any more in-person campaign until the election. Wait, Trump's campaign is saying it? Yeah, that's what this says. The news comes one day after emails, blah, blah, blah. TJ Lewis of Team Trump tweeted on Sunday that Joe Biden has said he won't do any more in-person campaigning for the remaining 9 days. You know what? I honestly don't care if he does any in-person, like going out onto the campaign trail. But again, he should be like on the morning shows. He should be on hitting up all of the circuits that Pelosi's hitting, you know? Pelosi's actually spent more time on cable news acting like she's running for president than Biden has, which is kind of fucking weird.
Well, that old drunk probably doesn't know. I mean, hypothetically.
Kyle says to keep an eye on your Streamlabs. He tried to send you one. He's not sure if it went through.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Thank you, this is Kyle. Hello, chat people, Monkey and Jack. And thank you, Piccolo. Where are the gulags filled with dissentive journalists? Mar-a-Lago. That'd be a vacation.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. There we go. Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the politics of unconditional love. This is Washington Post wrote this shit. Monica Hess. I'm not going to make Hitler jokes.
I'm not just letting that one lie. I've made a lot of Hitler jokes today.
The finish line strategy of the Trump campaign has landed convolutedly on the narrative that Hunter Biden is an inconvenient son. No. That's it's not that he's an inconvenient son. It's that he's a fucking degenerate who's broken the law and helped his father do so as well.
Yeah, and it gave his dad a lot of material that can be held against him as blackmail.
I mean, even if you don't go the blackmail route, we still have all of the money that nobody's explaining coming from both Russia and China.
Yeah.
That he is trailed by a fug of damaged illusions. Burisma, Ukraine. Quote, his son didn't have a job for a long time, President Trump taunted Joe Biden in Thursday evening's debate. Cocaine use, he jeered in the first. Yeah, we shouldn't jeer cocaine use, man.
That is the bourgeoisie drug, as we explained last night.
Yeah, I'm guessing Monica here. Never mind. Can't say that. That would be slander.
Crack is a proletariat drug, remember?
Donald Trump Jr. tapping in for his dad in the proxy battle of large adult sons has said that Hunter is a crackhead and has complained to Sean Hannity that if he, Don Jr., had done what he's accused Hunter Biden of doing, a web of shadowy misdeeds allegedly uncovered by a Delaware computer technician, Rudolph W. Giuliani in the New York Post. Quote, I would be phoning in from Rikers Island. Dear Christ, in the middle of the sentence, she's defending him. Yep. In the middle of the fucking sentence. Just finish the sentence, bitch.
Sentences are patriarchal constructs.
Clearly, there's a lot to unpack here. But as a starting place, we might know that Joe Biden's response to all of this has been to love his son.
And for Hunter to love foot jobs.
How many times has Hunter been in rehab? I know of at least twice. And I want to say it's as many as 4. In California, when Kamala was the attorney general, if you got busted 4 times for crack, well, actually, at least one of them was for meth. So we'll say 3 times for crack, 1 for meth, because I don't remember what the breakdown is. How long would you be in prison?
Oh, a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that idiocy. Let's talk about all he's done is love his son. Yeah, he loves his son, but it ain't Hunter. That awkward picture where they hugged.
Oh God, that was so creepy.
They had to take a staged hug picture. The only way Joe Biden will love Hunter is if Hunter puts on a bow mask. Hunter is so desperate for Joe's attention, he started banging Bo's widow. Like, look, Dad, I'm fucking her too. He's like, that ain't it, son. That ain't it. Look, I can understand still loving your child if they have a drug problem. I also understand, calling him on it instead of whatever Joe's been doing this whole time. You serious? What are you asking? Am I serious about? Am I serious about him not loving his son? I don't know if he does or not, but let's go back to the Democratic convention. Do you guys remember that speech that Hunter gave?
Nope.
Yeah, because he didn't. He wasn't invited.
Well, he might have given a speech to like a crowd of chairs and puppets that he thought were people because he was high on the crack.
Do you guys remember all those loving words that Joe said about Hunter?
Nope, because they never happened.
Never fucking happened. He mentioned Hunter once, quickly, in a string of other people that he loved.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it still seemed like an afterthought.
Meanwhile, half that fucking convention seemed like a Beau Biden funeral.
Yeah.
It was a Beau Biden memorial service for 4 fucking days. Kamala spoke about him for what? 15 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's you still got a live son there, Joe. Still got a live one. But, Joe might not remember. In fairness to him right now, he might not remember. I'm just saying. Just saying. Should we talk? Yeah, let's talk about the nuns. Did you see that shit, Jack?
I know they don't fly.
Hang on a second. Let me get to the post. Here it is. The 3 nuns attending Trump's rally in Ohio today are from the Order of Children of Mary in Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's a comparison of their picture from the rally today without face mask and a picture from their website. I'm not using their names. Do you need to when you told us where nuns came from?
Yeah, because they're nuns. They're pretty easy to track down. This is fucking disgusting.
This shitbag doxed nuns.
Hope they're not Catholic.
Doxed nuns.
Doxing Catholics, doxing nuns, man, that's like you're doxing Jesus's wives. You're going to hell.
This guy, Convergent CEO, National Trade Association CEO, Congressional Chief of Staff. He doesn't say for who. NRCC Campaign School Director, Congressional Campaign Manager, former Republican, #resistor.
Of course.
And he lives somewhere in Virginia. It's Alexandria. But yeah, fucking shitbag doxed nuns. What the fuck is wrong with these people, Jack?
I don't know. Some people have no sense of morals. What gets me is this guy would be completely pissed off if somebody doxed him. And you're doxing nuns and old nuns too. It's not like these are people in their 20s and shit. They're like old. Don't dox nuns. They already live in a shitty city. Just leave them alone.
Bob said, well, it's not like they can get fired from being a nun, can they? No, they can get harassed. They can get beaten up. Lots of shit can happen.
Yeah. And Jordan is exactly right. What those ladies do is none of his business.
I like the play on words there, but absolutely none of his fucking business. The fuck is your problem? Doxing nuns. It's things like this that make me hope I'm wrong about religion. I want to see this motherfucker go up to the pearly gates and be like, I lived a pretty good life. And they go, didn't you dox some nuns?
Right?
I hope bad things happen to that man.
Hammond said he was the doxer was doxed. And yeah, somebody could, like, Faithless is right. Their convent could be burned down. It wouldn't surprise me the way Antifa operates that they would target fucking nuns.
I didn't want this guy doxed. I don't want any like permanent harm to come to him. But if he fell down the stairs every time I do, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, fuck this guy. He's a piece of shit. Bad things happen to him. That's his own dumbass fault. I don't feel sorry for him. He's a piece of garbage.
That's called karma.
Yeah.
And fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Doxing nuns, sick bastards.
Now, where the hell did that CNN article go? I had one open and I closed it as I was going through all these other stories. It's actually the topic of the show tonight.
We have a topic?
I do. And we don't have to read much of the article if I can find it again. Oh, you know, I know how to find it. This is why we need a producer. Because they would have been smart enough not to close that window.
Would they? For what we'd be able to pay them?
Oh, no, not for that. They'd close it on purpose, be like, watch these fuckers squirm.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell? It's not in my history.
The internet broke it. They stole it away from you.
Son of a bitch.
Dorsey was like, nope. That one has been forbidden.
Here it is. All right.
Yeah, Shrouded, we're all shocked too.
Conservatives push to discredit Facebook, Twitter, and Google just days before the election.
Why? They're doing just fine on their own. They don't need conservatives' help.
A right-wing offensive is underway to discredit social media companies just days before the election. What began as complaints about anti-conservative censorship by social media companies has now evolved into outright allegations of election interference, as high-ranking Republicans have accused online platforms of helping Democrats by way of their content moderation decisions.
I think that's just obvious at this point.
Yeah, I haven't read the rest of this. That's as far as I got when I was like, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Now, Jack, when Dorsey and Zuckerberg and it wasn't the head of Google. They sent somebody in their place. And they said somebody, there were 4 people up testifying before Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I really am. I'll try my best to quit doing that. But they were talking about the Russian interference in our election. And as I was watching it, it became very clear to me. What we were hearing wasn't actually concern over Russian interference. It was liberal members of Congress explaining to social media how much power they had to help them.
Yeah.
And if you guys
hit, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah. And if you guys go back, go back. I said this at the time. I said, what this looks like to me is that they're pointing out that this is how you do it. Because the Russian interference that we know about from Facebook and Twitter and all that, it was minimal at best. There's no indication that anybody changed their fucking vote because they saw some meme from a Russian bot farm anywhere. There's no indication that the small handful of Facebook posts that nobody fucking saw changed anyone's vote.
Yeah.
But what they did notice, go ahead.
No, go finish your point, please.
No, you first.
Thank you, the Harry Channel. Sorry if you've mentioned this already, but there is a website that lets you search the FEC.gov donation database so you can see the names, addresses, and amounts people have donated to the Trump campaign. Everyone is doxxed. What could go wrong? Well, that figures.
That's just federal law, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's frustrating. You know that's going to be used for witch hunts later.
Indeed. The number of people who are actually influenced by whatever was on social media from Russians is negligible. Sorry, it just is. There's nothing you can tell me that said, no, this is what did it. But what did have a major impact was a ton of people just having fun. Ton of people memeing out there. A ton of people like Donktum that they got rid of.
Oh, Carpe Dunktum, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of people out there who had an online voice who actually helped change things. And slowly they've all gone away. Often under some really stupid rules. Like Donktum, the one that got him was a video that he had edited to that was clearly a fucking joke. They're like, no, that's a infringement on copyright. Like, the fuck? No. Nah.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. But that's what they did to him. And they've been trying for a while to get him because he was very effective. Very effective.
I don't think they quite realize that once the site stops being fun, people leave.
Well, the problem with that, though, Jack, is the audience they want are people who don't understand what fun is anyway. It's just anger, and they want that.
But that's not a big enough base to support your platform.
We'll see. We'll see, because they don't seem to be hurting yet. But we saw something the other day that we'd never seen before. A major news outlet was blocked from posting on Twitter.
Yep.
Over content that there was no justification for blocking. None. We have seen over and over them use different ways to, if not outright censor the president, to get as close as they can, while allowing Joe Biden to say whatever lying bullshit he wants to. There can be no question that they're actively working to get Joe Biden elected. I don't see how anybody can look at this and say differently. There's no fucking way you can be a thinking person. Your brain actually fucking works, even the tiniest little bit, and go, no, it's fair. That was just policy violations. Because bullshit. Utter bullshit. Now, I wasn't on Facebook. I heard that the same thing happened over there. As far as I know, the same thing wasn't happening here on YouTube. But YouTube has had its problems too.
Yeah.
But the one the other day with the New York Post story about Hunter Biden, that was just so blatant. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah. They didn't bother to even try and backpedal or justify it. As far as I know, they're still blocked.
Yeah, because they have to write an apology, I believe is what was said. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, there's other platforms. And I think if enough people wake up to this, they're going to switch to other sites. I mean, nobody learned from MySpace, apparently. So the only way that any of this is really going to change is with legislation.
Here's the problem, though. We still live in a world where wokeism is what every company on the planet wants. So this isn't going to hit them in their pocketbooks unless there's a huge move of people away from it.
Yeah.
And there's no other platform to really go to right now. You have Parler that says that they're a free speech platform, and you have Gab, and I don't know if you've ever been to those, but their UIs are garbage.
Yeah.
Their whole systems are garbage. Look, just copy what Twitter did, change it slightly, and run with it, for fuck's sake. Don't infringe their copyrights and stuff that they have, but Christ, can't you make it prettier? It shouldn't be that hard to make Twitter prettier. It's just basic text and pictures. That's it. Same with Facebook. It's not all that hard to do. Stick with that. Stop trying to make it whatever the fuck you guys are doing. Stop hiring grad students to build it for you.
Stop trying to innovate something that already works.
The power of social media exists. It is a real thing. It is a real thing. How much it's going to matter in the election, we'll see. Unfortunately for Twitter, they were trying very hard to get that shut down and stepped on their dicks in the process. They went too far. They went way too far, to the point where even lefties were going, what the fuck is this?
Well, and it just had the Streisand effect anyway.
Exactly. What they should have done is just ignored it. Let the post it up there. It would have been over in a day, tops.
Yeah.
Because the media still hasn't covered most of this shit.
Yeah, it would have been forgotten, but now they've got everybody looking at it.
And so, to this CNN article writer shitbag who's like, they're now acting like it's a big deal. No. See, here's what happened. They had a theory based on a whole bunch of shit that had happened. Like shadow banning of fucking members of Congress. Oddly enough, only Republicans. Jack, the algorithm, it was just a mistake. Just a mistake in the algorithm. And they never answered that question. Jack was asked repeatedly, well, what was it you put in the algorithm that made it so Republicans got hit? Well, I mean, there was just a problem with the algorithm. What was it that you put in there? And he wouldn't answer the fucking question.
Why would he want to do that? Real quick, though, thank you, Piccolo, for the donation. This will go down in history as the bigliest fucketry of an election, just beating out Bush, Gore, and the hanging Chad. Also, good night. Oh, thanks, man, and have a good night. But
good night, Piccolo.
I think this election is going to probably be one for the history books of internet or how to fuck with an election.
Nap says, Monkey, I still can't see your Twitter account. Am I shadow banned right now, guys? I haven't looked recently.
You probably are. I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me. I've been arguing with people recently.
Yeah.
And I've also used the term pedophile a couple of times, arguing with that moron. And that's one that I know can get you shadow banned. They won't ban pedos, but they will shadow ban you for saying pedo or pedophile. Jack, not you, Jack, the other Jack Dorsey. I have questions about that. I have questions about why you'll shadow ban people for pedophile, but not ban pedophiles. Not many questions, only like one or two that I need an answer to. The first one is, what the fuck? And the second one is, why? Anyway. No, your Twitter is still up, Monkey. No, he's not asking if I'm banned. Shadow banned is a different thing. Shadow banned is where people who follow me can see it if you go look for it. But like things that I have posted, you won't see in your timeline. They don't have to write an apology. They just have to take down the story, which is BS. Did they retract the thing for the apology? Because last I knew they were supposed to write an apology. I hope they did. But if I'm the post, I keep doing this just for extra attention on it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it can't hurt site traffic for sure.
I'd take it down and repost it.
Change the headline to definitely not about Hunter Biden.
Right. The story Twitter doesn't want you to see. That's what I would do.
Yeah, put a picture of a puppy so that when you scroll down initially, there's a picture of a happy little puppy running through a meadow, and then the real story.
No, I would post it exactly the same, just at the top. It would be the post Twitter doesn't want you to see. And I would do that every time they fucking did it.
Well, they did something like that on the headline of their next issue after the thing broke because it said censored by social media or something like that with the Twitter logo and the Facebook logo.
Yeah, there've been There's also a thing where they're censoring people more on phones than they do on computers.
It's probably easier to do the mobile app that way.
That's weird though.
Not when you realize how many people use their phones to do this stuff.
Well, exactly. The last post I had from you was 6 hours ago. Yeah, I posted since then. It makes more sense if you're going to try to, I don't know, influence an election to do it on phones. Far more people use their phone to use Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes, my phone and laptop get different feeds. Yeah. There's a reason broadcast networks are not allowed to. Well, there's rules about fairness, the fairness doctrine. If they give one candidate time, they have to give the other one the same amount of time. There's no such rules when it comes to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, that kind of shit. And that's kind of what Section 230 needs an adjustment on. They need it. If you're going to be political, then you have to give both sides. Because as the court ruled, and I do agree with this part of the court ruling in the Trump case, it is the public square right now. It's where people go to talk and discuss and argue politics and stuff and see what their representatives are saying and see what's going on in the world. It really is a public space like that. The same way people used to gather around the TV, same way they used to gather around the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There needs to be some kind of control of that. It should not be, okay, we're just going to be an arm of the DNC. Something needs done. And it's not needing done because I want to have the big daddy government come in and do something. It needs done because these shitbags did this. They did it.
Yeah, they can't control themselves, apparently.
And if they have to, fine, go by broadcast rules. I'm fine with that. Go by broadcast rules. If they give time to one side that looks like that, then they have to do it to the same to the others. And it would be really easy to enforce because it's like some of the things that they've blocked Donald Trump on and let Joe Biden and, well, every Democrat on the planet get away with. It's a very easy comparison. Like, no, both of those should have been fact checked. Anytime you see somebody go up there and say Donald Trump called the virus a hoax, that should be fact checked. And it should have a big fucking thing there that says this has been fact checked and determined to be a lie. Doesn't happen though. So they're clearly playing favorites, and there is an impact. It's not huge, but there isn't a big enough of an impact. And Jack, I don't think even the fact checking part is what's important here. It's the censoring.
Well, they're censoring because they've deemed it to be misleading or they don't like what it says. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's more that they have that desire of, the peasantry doesn't need to see this.
They got rid of Alex Jones for pushing conspiracy theories. That's why he was kicked off YouTube. Conspiracy theories.
Which is bullshit. Who cares? Conspiracy theories are funny.
Well, they gave us new rules here on YouTube because of the kicking Alex Jones off. You can still talk about conspiracy theories. There's leftist conspiracy theories all over the fucking place.
No, those are conspirafacts.
Right?
The unconfirmed facts.
They have slowly gone through and methodically gotten rid of anybody who had any kind of real pull. Anybody who had an audience that was listening and deplatformed them. And every time they've done it, they've given us a new rule for why. And oddly enough, it only applies to that person. Oddly enough, it only applies to the right. It doesn't ever apply to the left.
Well, no. Because they're good little boys and girls who didn't do nothing. Not like them evil righties.
Susan Wojcicki, seriously, I would like you to come on the show sometime. We can even do it during the day. I would like to talk to you. I know you like to go out and talk to other YouTubers. You're always happy to show up on people's shows. I promise. I will even do my best not to swear too much on that one. But I have questions for you. Those pussy ass motherfuckers won't ask you. Or if they do ask you, they don't follow up and go, excuse me, how about why you're not enforcing these rules? I've actually seen people go, well, okay, what about this rule change, Susan? And they let her give an answer and they never follow up. Never.
Why would they want to do that?
Susan, seriously, come talk to me. I you know what? You come on the show, I will stop making jokes about you wanting to see my dick. Okay, I don't want to promise that. I'll do my best to stop making jokes about how you want to see my dick. Wouldn't it be great if I could get her on here and ask her if she wants to see it? If that's why she's so mean to me.
It would be a great show while it lasted.
Like, are you so mean to me because you want to see my pecker? I just like calling it a pecker when I'm trying to be a jackass.
No, you should refer to it in a euphemism like my majestic.
Is it because you want to see my front monkey tail?
Your front tail.
My front tail? I will try not to swear. Don't write checks. Your foul mouth can't cash. No, I try not to swear all the time. I didn't say I wouldn't swear. That would be writing a check my ass can't cash.
Check nothing. That's just a straight up lie.
I try not to swear a lot. She wants to see a rooster, right? No, but seriously, I would love to talk to her. I would, because I think she goes on so many of these channels that just fall all over her. And I get it. I like to have my ego stroked, you know?
Well,
I like to have an easy day. But she'll go on national news shows that treat her like shit. And she's fine with that. Come on here, Susan. I'll be fair to you. I promise. I'll be fair. I'm going to ask you about Bob in the break room and why you haven't fired his dumb ass yet. And she'll be like, what? Oh. Monkey likes to be stroked. I do. Who doesn't? Can't enjoy anything without my dad being like, insert random thing has racist culture, right? What? Your dad talks. Your dad's like full blown woke, Jeanette. I'm sorry. Have him watch the show, and he'll be like, "You're never allowed to watch that again." No daughter of mine's watching that trash. Everything's racist, everything's sexist, everything's homophobic, and you have to point it all out, Jack.
Yeah, well, anymore they don't have to point it out. They just have to silence it and destroy it and burn down the neighborhood.
So many people got wrong what she said there. I mean, they still got the gist of it, but Anita's point there was that when you're first becoming an SJW, you suddenly realize everything's sexist, everything's racist, and you just can't shut the fuck up about it. Was her point?
Yeah, it's the Lisa Simpson effect.
Yeah, and then she goes on to say you should just pick a couple to concentrate on so you're not annoying your friends. But the problem is we've gotten to the point where everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is it. You know what? It is weird how little homophobia is around these days. When Andrew Yang and that old bitch from Seinfeld, who's not real funny, got together and made a gay slur about the vice president.
Yeah.
Nobody commented on that except me that I know of. Ponce is a slur for gay people. By today's standards.
Yep.
It's from another country, and but still, it's a gay slur. But they didn't mind that at all.
No, because it's against somebody they don't like.
Same way they don't mind racist slurs against black people from their own side. They're fine with that. Did you see that fucking cunt Chelsea Handler?
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler. I had to remind 50 Cent that he was black. Like white women, seriously, white women, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You are not as smart as you think you are. White women are basically Eufio. You are not as smart as you think you are. You need to shut the fuck up. You're making people look bad. She basically said to 50 Cent, she's like, look, boy, if you want to stay in the house, you better act like I tell you to.
Yep.
And there were a lot of people who cheered it. A lot of people were like, yes. Like, you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Wait, since when are white people allowed to run around and tell black people they ain't black? Because I've heard way too much of that shit lately. Way too much of that. And I get it. You fucking Democrats, that's what you actually feel, is that you get to tell people how they're black. And if they don't act how you tell them to, then they ain't really black. Because they owe you so fucking much for all the shit you've given them over the years. Like racism and slavery. They owe you the fuck out of that. How dare you not love us for making you slaves? How dare you not love us for bringing you the Klan?
Well, this is the party of white man's burden. They got to lift the savagery up, is how they always defined it, and that's what it sounds like they're doing here.
It's fucking horrible. It is fucking horrible the way the Democrats have treated blacks since the inception of the country. Since 1776, when they actually argued to keep slavery. When we came up with the 3/5 rule. That was Democrats, you fucking numbnuts. But you always want to put that shit on Republicans. Always. My entire fucking life, that's all I've fucking heard, is how racist the Republicans are. And when you boil it down, the racists are sitting over there with a fucking D behind their name. Proudly so. Talking about putting blacks in their place without actually having the balls to come out and say it, you fucking pussy-ass racist pieces of shit. Might be a little mad on this one, Jack.
That's understandable.
They have done nothing for blacks. Nothing. And don't give me your LBJ bullshit. That fucking anti-black racist piece of Southern shit. Suck my dick. The only thing he did for blacks, he was forced into doing. And he didn't do it because he thought it was going to be good for blacks. He did it because he thought it was going to be good for him. Oh, but those racist that Southern strategy. Do you know what happened with the Southern fucking strategy? They talk about it all the fucking time. Do you know what happened? The Democrats split. Republicans didn't pick up those votes. The Democrats split. And then after that election, they folded back into each other. That's what happened with the Southern strategy. They stayed Democrats. Like, no, they switched over to the Republicans. Bull fucking shit. Did some of them? Sure. Because, yeah, there's outliers everywhere. The vast majority of them are still down there with Grandpa's hood voting for Biden this time. You know why? Because Biden knows how to keep those damn Negroes in check. He gonna put them back out in the field where they belong. So sick of this shit. So sick of this shit. So, Jack.
Monkey.
The South State Democrat. Did I say the South State Democrat or did I say the fucking racist state Democrat? Maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, you should listen to the words I fucking said. Racists have always been over there in the Democratic Party. They enjoy it, and they do it in full plain sight. Blacks are not smart enough to get jobs or education without that Democrat honky doing it for them. They just can't make it on their own. They're not good enough. That's what the Democrats have always said. They just ain't good enough. It goes all the way back to abolition. You can't free those slaves. They won't be able to take care of themselves. That was an anti-abolition argument. Look it the fuck up. Nope. Thank you. Was going to bed. Glad I didn't miss seeing Monkey this mad. I fucking hate this shit. I'm so fucking tired of it. So fucking tired of it. And now they're doing it with fucking women. They're doing it with gays. Oh, and they just fucking love doing it with trans. You know why? Because those people eat this shit up. Because most of them aren't trans. They're just weird little kids who are like, I guess this will get me some attention. Mom, do you love me now? And Mom's like, get the fuck away from me. She's too busy banging Uncle Steve. This is your new uncle. The whole fucking party is nothing but abusive. And they have the balls to come to pretend they're the ones who are kind. They're the ones with the big hearts. They're out there for you guys. They're out there for themselves, and it's all they've ever been out there for. Thank you, Dark Resurrect. Keeping them depressed, best voting strategy. Yeah. You tell people that they're being held down, and you're going to lift them up and see how much they love you.
Yeah, you keep them addicted to the welfare and break up their families, and they will be reliant on your money and saying how you're going to lift them up. Oh, we're almost there. We're going to get you out of poverty yet. Nothing ever happens. Great Society was amazing for keeping people in poverty.
Check your logic. You're not wrong that they do it to Latinos too, but Latinos, I don't know if you guys noticed. They don't seem to care too much about Latinos right now. Latinos are they're kind of on the outs with the Democrats right now. They too many of them voted for Trump.
Yeah, and too many of them are opposed to illegal immigration.
Yep. A lot of Latinos are Christian. They're conservative Christians. Every house in Mexico is required by law to have a velvet Jesus hanging up. I'm not sure that's a fact, Jack. I think it is.
It would not surprise me from what I've seen.
They're a Christian nation. They really are. They take their faith seriously.
Yeah. Very heavily Catholic.
Yeah. And then the ones that have come up here, they've carried on those traditions. They're largely conservative until the newer generations. And that's how it happens with a lot of things. Whatever's brought over here from whatever old country they came from, they'll carry on those traditions, usually a generation or two. And then, second or third generation, you end up with the more Americanized ones who tend to be either more liberal than their parents or more conservative than their parents. Just like my children, my grandchildren will probably be more liberal than I am because I'm more conservative than most.
Real fast. Thank you, Frank, for the donation. 3 Fists was designed to limit the power of the South so slavery could be overturned eventually. Yeah, it was in response to the Democrats trying to get all the slaves to be counted for population so they could get more influence.
Yeah. If they weren't trying to bullshit their way into pretending that those slaves had a fucking vote, like, no, we need to count them because, we're representing them too. Sure you are. Sure you are, motherfucker. They were out there representing that slave vote, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they had the best interest at heart.
They hadn't been shitbags that had been like, yeah, we shouldn't count any of these because they literally have no representation. We have them in chains for fuck's sake. Yeah, those shouldn't be counted. Instead, they were like, you need to count all these. Like, So we had to come up with the 3 Fists so that we could have it. So when I said they're the ones who gave it to us, that's what I meant. They hadn't been out there trying to pretend those slaves actually were being representative. That wouldn't have been being represented. That wouldn't have been a problem. That never would have come up, Jack. The only reason it came up is we're like, but we should count them. Why? Because if we don't, then we get a whole lot less representatives in Congress. How fucked up is that, Jack? They actually counted slaves for congressional representation.
Yeah, that's
fucked up.
a little bit.
People get mad because, 3/5 compromise. You saw them only as 3/5 of a person. Do you realize how insulting it would have been to count them as a full person? Do you have any fucking clue what you're talking about there?
Yeah. Plus, would you rather they didn't count them as a person at all?
You know what? It would have made more sense to not count them as a person in the way we're talking about here. Not because they weren't people, but because the Congress, this was for representation in Congress. This is for figuring out how many representatives go to the House, how much money comes to the state. And they fucking did it based on people who were seen as fucking cattle. It is fucking, that is the real tragedy of the 3/5, is that they were counted at all because they were not represented by those representatives at all. Thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep. Buy more people, get more power. Exactly. The fucking tragedy there is not that they were counted as less than a person. It's that they were counted at all, given that they weren't treated as people. Ugh. And it's amazing how many people don't get that. They were considered chattel like women and children. Yeah, they weren't seen as people, but they wanted those extra seats in the House, man.
Yeah. So they can keep it going.
Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you, Mr. Madison. Oh, and no, I know they're not directly responsible. Calm down. I know Jefferson wasn't even in the country at the time, was he? He was still in France. I'm just going by Southern Democrats, for fuck's sake. And at that time, that's pretty much all they were, man, was Southern Democrats versus the Northern Federalists. And yes, hashtag not all before some. Oh, actually, monkey. We had a fucked up founding, you guys. We really did. And we've gotten so much better. We've made so many strides. And that's something that needs to be celebrated more than it is. Jack, the last thing I want to talk about tonight, or at least the last topic I had. Tomorrow. Well, today now. Amy Coney Barrett will become a justice on the United States Supreme Court. They had a cloture vote. Passed 51 to, was it 49 or 48? I can't remember. But 51 is all that matters. That was enough to make it pass. Murkowski and Collins voted against it as expected. Murkowski said she's going to vote for Barrett. She was just voting against the process because she thought the process was wrong. And if I see Adam Schiff talk about this illegitimate process one more time, I think my nuts might actually explode. I've been asking him and anybody who repeats it, what is illegitimate about it? And nobody will answer. They're going to confirm her on Hillary's birthday. Is it really Hillary's birthday? That's fucking awesome.
Oh, comedy.
That is awesome.
I hope they did that on purpose.
Oh, that's fucking great. Schiff has a law degree, for fuck's sake. I
Was it mail order?
He made it himself. It's got to be. There's literally nothing illegitimate about this process.
No, they're just saying that over and over again, hoping it becomes fact.
Yeah. The speed of it is one of the, they went too fast. There's nothing wrong with the speed of it unless you have something that you can point to that says Amy doesn't belong on that court, something that disqualifies from her, and no, I don't like her politics is not one of those things. Then there's no reason it shouldn't go fast. If you're like, well, the election has already started, doesn't matter. This election is not what matters to that seat. the people who are already in office are elected until the next ones are sworn in, literally right up to that day. This is their job. They did their job. But McConnell held up Garland, and it was perfectly within his rights.
Yeah, just because you're the people that control the Senate control all of that. So if they don't want to pass your stupid candidate through, they're not going to. I think they should have had the vote, but they can still hold it up all they want. It's fucking stupid. Get over it.
Simic says, didn't there used to be a 2/3 vote until the Dems screwed it up? Yes, the Dems fucked it up when it came to the Dems were upset that the Republicans were holding up federal judges. And so Harry Reid, in his infinite wisdom, decided that they were going to change it and that cloture could be done with just a 50% plus one vote. And he was told at the time, if you do this, we're going to do it with the Supreme Court. When we get into power, we're going to do it with the Supreme Court, because Harry did it with all lower judges. So federal judges, customs judges, any of the ones that the Senate had to vote on, the appellate court, all of that, he changed it to the 51. They called it the nuclear option.
The Republicans even warned them this was going to blow up in their face, and now they're mad.
McConnell told them outright, if you do this, we'll do it for the Supreme Court. And Reed's like, you're never getting in power again. And then Mitch is like, sorry, motherfucker, we warned you.
And here we are.
And so that's another
Hillary.
That's another part where they go, where people do that. Like, but they changed the rules, but it wasn't for the Supreme Court. Like, yeah, but they get to make the rules when they're in power. They shouldn't have fucked with that. They should have left it how it was. Should have left it alone. They're the ones who started it. Don't get pissed off when you lose a pissing match, especially when you started it.
Well, better save that line for Antifa too.
Yeah. So Amy's gonna hit the bench, man, and I hope she's an originalist, like she says. And no, guys, that doesn't mean you mean she's gonna go back to the 3/5 rule. That's what it originally said. I fucking hate people who use that dumbass argument. If you don't understand what originalist means, shut the fuck up. It means they go by the text as it exists without changing it to what we think they might have meant.
Yeah.
Or go by the words of the law, the words of the Constitution. That's what it means. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jack.
No, they also like to try and use international law or commentaries that were written by other people on what the founders said.
Yep.
Separation of church and state comes to mind.
A lot that's used, yes. Which, by the way, was something Jefferson wrote to somebody that wasn't actually fucking in the Constitution itself.
Exactly.
It's not what the Constitution says. And I think we would be better off with an originalist take. And we need one, because we have gone way too far in the other direction. I want constitutional scholars as justice, not fucking lawyers. I don't mind if it's a constitutional lawyer. I mean, those exist. People who argue cases in front of the Supreme Court. That's often what they are.
Just
to be fair, they think abortions are in the Constitution. That's true. And they're wrong. Prospero says it was in a letter reassuring a parish that there would be no federal church. Yeah, which is pretty much covered by the First Amendment the way it's written. And I know that you're just adding clarity to not arguing me, Prospero. Sometimes that doesn't translate well when I respond to somebody. But what the Constitution says is that there will be the Congress will make no law establishing or concerning the establishment of a religion or the free exercise thereof. And what they're saying there is they're not going to make a national church or interfere with any church. That's what it says. It doesn't say churches can't have political opinions, for fuck's sake. Oh, man. Anyway.
Well, I look forward to the tweet storm that will come out of this where you're misrepresented at every turn. And I'm somehow dragged into the middle of this that I had nothing to do with because anything we do is wrong.
Just wait until somebody, Monkey said blacks shouldn't have counted. They shouldn't have been counted as people.
Oh, no, it'll be Trump supporting Monkey.
Trumpist.
Yeah.
Trumpist.
I don't get that. Is that an insult? Am I supposed to be insulted by that? Because I just think that somebody in a band, like that French horn section, got a new thing. I don't understand that one.
Me neither.
And you're not even a Trump supporter so much.
No. I defend Trump when I'm made to. And, well, for 4 years, pretty much I've been made to.
Right?
Expo Hotep, thank you. Well, unless you have a certain religion in New York. Well, yeah, well.
Yeah, don't wear your tiny hats in New York. They mean business.
Jews in New York, seriously, start looking for addicts, man.
Find one with a lot of moving around space.
Yeah. Look for big addicts. We'll come get you when we can. Fuck. I hope they all leave. I hope they're all like, fuck it, we're going to Miami.
Right? Like, New York's weather sucks anyway. So, yeah, just move somewhere better. There's lots of great cities that wouldn't mind having Jewish people around because they're not a bunch of anti-Semites.
Yeah, come to Michigan, man. Help us swing the vote against the liberals here.
They probably want to go where there's good weather.
They don't seem to mind living in New York.
Yeah, but New York sucks.
New York doesn't get the snow we get. The ocean keeps it a little bit warmer.
Yeah, that's true. And you get lake effect from 2 lakes then.
Yeah, we do. But if you live down south, down by the Lansing area, down by the Jackson area, even Kalamazoo's pretty low where they don't get as much snow. So they could move all the Jews from New York over here to say Jackson. Jackson's a growing city, last I knew. And they can make it instead of Jackson, it can be Juicin. And what we've moved other whole religions here. Oh no, we could turn Michigan into the Middle East. Maybe that's not a good idea.
I was thinking of that.
Maybe that's not a good idea. There's other communities here that might have a problem with that. I wouldn't. I welcome Jews. New Yexit, terrible. I know. Thank you, Ebony. That's funny. New Yexit.
They're calling it Yexit.
Yexit.
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Frank, for the donation. Do you think the Jewish will stop voting Democrat now? Maybe. I'm not sure. The way things are going, nothing surprises me.
Next Twitter debate, Monkey wants to remove all the Jews from New York, right? There's a lot of good clips in this one.
Yeah. You want to have a fun article?
Yeah, I do.
Very last link.
All right. Yeah, we've had a little too much serious shit around here.
Yeah.
I actually hurt my throat on that one.
I know. You want me to read? Because I can.
Yeah, if you can read it, because my I don't know if you can hear my voice, but it's
yeah, you're a little scratchy.
A little scratched.
All right. Well, here, let's see. Just see. I gotta hide some porn tabs real quick.
While you're doing that, Prospero, thank you for dropping our Streamlabs link, guys. We are brought to you by you. If you enjoy the show, please hit the like button. Please share responsibly, and if you can, drop a dime to. No, that's that. Drop a nickel to Jack or myself. Don't drop dime on us because we have enough problems. Do you want me to put it on the screen?
Sure. So this is out of the Mirror from the UK. A builder's mission to prove houses are not haunted as Halloween approaches.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A builder is on a mission to dispel the idea of haunted houses this Halloween and prove that dodgy pipes and creaky stairs are the most likely culprits. He's clearly never been in a haunted house.
He's never been in my house.
I know, right? A third of homeowners are convinced they live in a haunted house and are bothered by things that go bump in the night. But experienced tradesman Andy Sims revealed these ghostly goings-on are much more likely to be simple problems at home in need of fixing. Whatever.
Fuck that guy.
Right? He's full of shit. To help homeowners understand the bangs and hissings which plague at night's sleep, Find a Tradesman service My Builder has released informative 7 Deadly Sounds videos that addresses the most common nocturnal clatterings.
Okay. We can go on with this if you want to, but I need to stop here. 1, stop ruining people's fun, shithead.
Right?
But 2, have you heard why I've just described why I think I have a ghost in my house? The most common thing that makes me believe there's a ghost in my house has nothing to do with any sounds at all. Oh, other than the sounds of children talking to somebody who's not there.
Yeah. Yeah, that none of that is addressed. None of the like, hey, I saw a form that was transparent in my hallway. None of that. No, it's like he pointed out here, creaking sounds, banging from a radiator, gurglings of a toilet. Yeah, those are all things you figure out within like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we could call that one.
Yeah, well, we can still talk about it because that's an interesting thing. 1, stop trying to ruin people's fun. There's nothing wrong with people believing in haunted houses and such.
Yeah. It's not hurting anyone.
No, it's not.
I was in a supposedly haunted house where somebody claimed they had seen a woman crawling across the floor. And that's not banging pipes, okay?
Yeah,
maybe an electromagnetic field issue or something, but that's not pipes. That's not your radiator.
That's sewer gases causing hallucinations.
Yeah, apparently.
No, on many occasions, because I've told this before. We'll talk about it again. And for you, what's the word I want to use here? Non-believers, shut the fuck up. My daughter's told us since we moved in this place that she thought her room was haunted, and we used to do the same thing. You know, okay, whatever. And then Little Butt stayed with me for a while, and we used to stay in that room together. It was the only place where I had a bed for her and me. And we used to stay in there. And I swear to God, there was something in that room. And all of the children, the little babies, when they're first learning to talk and everything, they will occasionally just turn like they're looking at somebody. And they're looking up slightly. If I had to guess the height, maybe 5'5" tops. And they will babble at it the same way they would if they were looking at me and talking. And it's unsettling when it happens. Has nothing to do with sounds, shithead. I know what my fucking heater sounds like. Harry Houdini was a debunker, so was James Randi. Harry Houdini was proving that magic wasn't actually magic. And I don't really have a problem with that. I actually like how Penn and Teller have done it. They're like, these are tricks. I'm telling you it's a trick. And there's even tricks where they will, one of their first performances that they did, I can't remember if they did this one on Letterman, but they had their own show somewhere. I forget where it was. Very, very early on, where Penn still looked like a complete douchebag.
Yeah.
And he's showing this guy how he palms this card and everything on him. And it's an interesting way for them to do magic while still telling people it's just a trick.
Well, to be fair, Harry Houdini mostly debunked spiritualists who were conning people out of money that were grieving.
Yes.
By claiming they could bring it through spiritual mediumship their dead relative back. And it was just charlatanism.
Yeah, that was a large part of what Houdini did. I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like ghosts, and leave people the fuck alone.
Yeah. Well, I knew this guy. And he was like, yeah, my apartment's haunted. I was like, no, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. There is the voice of a little girl coming from my closet. Guess what? His neighbors had a 12-year-old girl,
Oh wow.
and their rooms butted up against each other at the closet wall.
Makes sense.
So her closet door was probably open, and she was clearly talking to somebody, and you could hear her voice.
Yeah, there are just things that happen here that I can't explain. And if you guys want to be poo-poo it, fine. Believe that I'm insane, I'm fine with that. But I'm okay with believing in a little bit of magic, Jack. A little bit of supernatural.
Yeah, there's a little bit of supernatural out there, because the supernatural just means things we don't understand.
Yep.
There's lots of things we don't understand. We can't see the entire visible light spectrum.
Danger says, let's assume kids can see ghosts, but adults don't. Why do you think that is? They're not jaded. Because even me, where I believe in ghosts, as an adult, I'm like, okay, maybe they're not real. There's just that they're innocent. They haven't been sullied by the world of cynicism yet. You're not saying you're just human. You're just the human mind makes stuff up sometimes. I have a very active imagination. I freely admit that. But no, that's not what this is. I've lived in many, many houses throughout my life. I've moved, I believe it's 22 times, Jack, in my lifetime. Yeah. The only other one that I thought was haunted was the house my dad grew up in. And you know, with that one, it might have just been creaking. That was an old ass wooden farmhouse, man. That might have just been the house.
Yeah, the
But
place I lived in about 15 years ago was like that. It made all kinds of crazy fucking sounds, but you couldn't explain how the creaky sounds made one room smell like cigars every so often, randomly.
Mm-hmm. Jeanette says, what about the witches trying to hex Trump? I think those girls are insane.
Those are people that want attention and have a lot of cats.
Yeah. Do I think witchcraft is real? Would be a better question. And I don't know, maybe some.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I would think if it was, there would be certain people who are just like, weren't they poor yesterday? How do they always know the lottery number? You know, something like that. Yeah. You think being jaded physically affects what your ear or what your eyes can actually see? Yeah.
I think it can make it so that you interpret things in a specific way.
We know we can affect the brain by giving it suggestions. That's been proven over and over again. Yeah.
Real quickly, thank you, Frank, for the donation. Why I'm agnostic, not atheist, is I've seen what I thought were ghosts. I lived in a house that turned non-believers into thinking it was haunted. After we moved out, the next family, maybe a year in, had the hate exorcised. Wow, they had the place exorcised? That's a commitment.
That's going too far, man. Leave them, unless something bad was happening, leave that ghost alone. He ain't doing nothing to you.
Well, it depends.
Well, true. There was something that I was going to address. With the physically or being jaded can affect what you actually see. We've seen over and over again, especially in court cases, where people are told something happened and they remember being there. I know somebody who is absolutely convinced of something that happened on. There was a discussion on stream, and I'm not going to bring it up. Jack, we just discussed it the other night, where they were absolutely convinced of something that happened until I gave them proof that that's not what happened. They were there. Your mind can do that to you, and when the entirety of the world is telling you something is one way, it's very hard to let yourself believe it's the other. Even if you claim you do. Just saying.
Yeah. And I don't judge people for believing one way or another.
No.
I'm very skeptical on a lot of this stuff, especially because I've met a lot of people that claim they were witnesses to certain things, and they're nuts. They're clearly a fruitcake.
Yeah.
But then you meet some normal people that are like, yeah, I don't know what I saw, but it would look like this.
Look, I've never seen our ghost. I've never seen an apparition in my house yet. I'd like to, but I think it would scare the ever-loving fuck out of me. They'd be like, how did Monkey die? We're not sure. He's just laying there with this weird look on his face.
And he shit his pants.
Well, they wouldn't know because you shit when you die. So, but yeah, but that one shot way down to his foot.
This is what we call a sprayer.
Yeah. No, but there's weird shit that happens that's not explained by some fucking carpenter telling me the wood is settling in my house. Like, they're not looking at sounds, dickhead.
Yeah, there's a difference between creaky floorboards and hearing someone talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But the smell thing you brought up a moment ago, there's every so often I'll catch a scent that's not normal. But your brain can do that to you too.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that can happen. But yeah, I've been in a few places I was like, yeah, this place is haunted. But it's not very often. Most places that people say are haunted aren't haunted. They're just weird old buildings. And you're there alone and you get uncomfortable because you're alone in a scary looking place. But there's a lot of places that you're like, okay, there's something fucked up going on around here.
You know, the thing with our ghost upstairs in that room, I never felt uncomfortable. It wasn't that, and that's, I guess maybe that's why it's easier to accept, is because it's not a this thing might harm me or that kind of thing. It's just like there's something here, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, but hearing someone talk to you can be your own crazy, I suppose. So.
They have different voices. Ha! Joke's on you.
There you go. You sure it didn't smell like toast? It didn't smell like toast. I wasn't stroking out or anything. Don't be found with your pants down and a tie around your neck in a Batman outfit.
That's how David Carradine went out.
Yeah. I don't know. There's weird stuff that can't be explained, and I'm okay with a little bit of supernatural in my life. Now, when it comes to like UFOs and stuff, I absolutely believe in aliens. Absolutely do. And we're almost positive that octopuses aren't from Earth.
Oh, no, they're creepy. You ever seen one run? Oh.
Well, there was that story we read about them being aliens because they're so different from all other life on Earth that it's kind of unexplained. They may have come here on a comet or something. Not like they landed here on a ship, guys. Just they come from somewhere else. I believe that the universe, in its infiniteness, can have other life out there. Have they ever come to Earth besides, like, maybe crash landing on accident and they eventually grew here? That I don't know. I have trouble with UFO stories, Jack, because again, most of the people who do it are really crazy fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the type of witness report, because I mean, the whole point of UFOs is they're unidentified. So some of them are going to be aircraft. Some of them are going to be birds. I mean, It's that tiny, like 5% where they're like, well, that's not normal. It made a right turn while flying through the sky. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe there have been some aliens that visit us over time, but most of the stuff people are seeing isn't what they think. But there's definitely statistically going to be aliens out there.
Yeah.
And it's not the reptilians in the hollow earth either that we know.
And like the asteroid belt, don't they think that's like a planet they think exploded?
Yeah, I've heard that.
There's a lot of theories like that. Like planets do explode sometimes, guys. They get hit by other planets.
Yeah.
And then if any life survived on there, say in a piece of amber, and it lands on Earth, and Steven Spielberg makes a movie, suddenly we have a new alien species that we wouldn't know it's a fucking alien. It's like, oh, we never seen that before. We never looked here. Wouldn't it be cool if we're aliens?
Who says we're not?
Well, exactly. We could be aliens. We might not have started on Earth. Maybe that's why they can't find the missing link. We just grew somewhere else and came here, so we're not exactly that same species.
Well, we all know that missing link is sitting over on Mars somewhere.
Could be. Could be. We are related to everything with DNA. I think that was what the problem was with the octopus. There's a story out there. Look it up. I forget the exact title of it, but look up octopus being aliens. It's really neat. It's really neat. Genetic evidence does link us all together. I'm telling you, look it up. Have you ever seen those videos of how small the sun is compared to, say, Betelgeuse, and how small Betelgeuse is compared to the Milky Way? I have not. But just compare how small Earth is compared to the fucking sun, man. Holy shit. Or to Jupiter. God damn.
Yeah. Well, they've identified, 3,000 Earth-like planets out there now, supposedly?
Something like that, yeah. And they're still learning. Okay, Monk, go into this. Convince me. I would love to convince you of these specifics, but I don't remember all of the specifics of the article. It was one that was sent in to us one time on MSS News that we read. And it was from a reputable thing. It wasn't like from Weekly World News or any of that shit. And yeah, it's just there's a theory out there that octopus may not be from Earth. Why would that be so? Some people are so skeptical, man. Wow. Some of y'all are a little too skeptical. You need to back that up. Just have a little bit of faith in your life. Just a little bit. Octopuses. I will say that until I die because I'm stupid. Now leave me alone. There's another clip for you. Biden kind of looks like an alien, kind of. And remember, the Earth is flat, but only in some places. Now, that's true, Jack. Not everywhere, but some places. Check my DMs. Will do. Give me just a second here. We're going to be wrapping up in a moment because, as I said, I have a date with a 2-year-old, and I can't wait for that. And I'm going to make sure I'm nice and... thank you. Literary Hub, The Octopus, an Alien Among Us. Self-replicating bacterial life first appeared on Earth about 4 billion years ago. For most of Earth's history, life remained at the single-celled level, and nothing like a nervous system existed until around 600 or 700 million years ago. In the attention schema theory, consciousness develops on the nervous system processing information in a specific way. The key to the theory, and I suspect the key to any advanced intelligence, is attention, the ability of the brain to focus, blah, blah, blah. Where's the part where they get into, you know what? I'll just throw this in here. It's quite an article. So
I already threw it better.
Well, fine. There's another one. Did you throw it into chat or into side chat? There we go.
In the chat. I tweeted it too.
There we go. They're thinking that they might be alien. I don't understand why people would be upset by them being aliens.
Well, they may be refugees.
We should put them in cages at the border.
It's true. They also might be the beginning of a scout party of an invasion.
Could be. That's how all the movies are. Seal 77, thank you so much. Who says Octopussy? Indeed. What about Obama's daughter's credit card shopping Coke photo? Isn't that an old thing?
It was part of the Hunter Biden thing that Hunter may have been using one of Obama's daughter's credit cards to cut his Coke.
Oh.
That's the story I've been seeing.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Bush daughters doing Coke. Look, I would be more surprised by rich kids not doing Coke than the other way around.
Yeah.
Dan says your house could be haunted. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Obama's kids don't matter. There's a picture. Yeah, I didn't see any of the drop of this, and I'm not going to go looking for any of it because I do not want to see Hunter Biden's dick. I don't care to see Hunter Biden's dick. And knowing my luck, I'd be like, Biden treasure trove of pictures, and the first thing that would come up would be his dick. The Obama daughters got in trouble for underage drinking. Yeah, I know the Bush daughters did too. Chelsea didn't. She doesn't seem like she had any fun as a kid.
Probably not. Did you see her parents?
Poor kid. And yeah, they should have let her have a childhood of some sort. Like Bill should have been like, come in here. I got some leftover Coke. No, he should not have done that.
Maybe they let her tag along with whoever killed Vince Foster.
Maybe. And that messed her up for life. like, you know how some dads will show a kid how to change a tire? Hillary showed Chelsea how to double tap someone. Bring your daughter to work day. Come in here. Grab that 22.
First daughter, first assassin coming this fall.
That would be awesome, actually. Maybe we know who got to Epstein.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe. Hillary's kind of old to hold on that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it was Chelsea. We don't know. Dad screwed around and Hillary was a shrew. Chelsea's lucky she isn't climbing walls in some asylum. That is true. That's got to be hard for the whole world to be talking about your dad getting his dick sucked.
Yeah. And how he liked it, where he used for humidors and
yeah. I mean, I bet school that next day was hard. Like, did your dad really was it a Cuban?
Do you think was really hard is really the appropriate phrasing?
Probably not. Difficult. It's got to be difficult to be kids these days, man. And
yeah, especially the kids of celebrities. I mean, you're already going to be dysfunctional.
And like with the kid of a president, like poor what's his name? Trump's kid. Conan.
Barron?
What the fuck's Barron? That's it. Conan. Why the fuck you name your kid Barron? Seriously.
It's a real name.
Barron Trump. It's a title.
It does sound kind of cool.
Anyway, that poor kid is going to be fucked up. We know way too much about his dad. There's going to be a time, whether he's seen the story yet or not, that he comes across a story about Stormy Daniels describing his dad's dick as a Mario character.
That's a little fucked up.
That's a lot fucked up. Oh my God.
But I wouldn't trust anything Stormy Daniels says because
I think she was probably lying about that, but I think she was trying to be hurtful when she said that shit. But I have no doubt they slammed some ham.
Yeah,
I have no doubt that dirty whore was like, "Oh, fuck this rich guy. Maybe he'll marry me.
I'll be wife number 5 or whatever."
Yeah.
Assassin makes a good point. Prince Baron from Flash Gordon.
That's a comic book.
Technically, it was a newspaper strip, but we're splitting hairs now.
It's a comic. How about that?
That's fair.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are well past the 2-hour mark at this point, and we're talking about Donald Trump's dick. So
well, you are. I'm not. I don't want to know any of that.
Look, you're actually here when I'm talking about it this time. You are associated.
Yeah. Real quick.
You didn't stop me.
Well, it's not my job to stop you. As your enabler, it's the opposite of my job.
So, yeah, you're involved here.
My only involvement is to be like, you tell him, buddy. Real fast. Thank you, Evolved Potato. But when I was reading, the alien came from the press to make the story bigger. It's just Octopi have a very much more complex DNA, not alien. They seem to have evolved much earlier than other species. No, I tweeted out a link to the article saying that they think it came from outer space. So, yeah, it's more complicated.
It's from space, you skeptical jackasses. How dare they?
They have enough monsters in Australia. He doesn't want to be thinking about the octopi as well.
How many of them came from outer space? Probably them feral cats. They're from space, man.
Are you saying the Aborigines are space aliens?
I'm saying they missed a link somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching tonight. Remember this episode well so that when this shit comes back to bite me in the ass, everybody can go, that's not what he said. Anyway, Jack, this one's going to bite me in the ass.
Probably.
That's all right. I stand by everything I said in here that I meant seriously. The things that I said jokingly, learn to take a joke. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind to us, and I appreciate it. But I also appreciate you guys just coming by and hanging out. And we were over 300 viewers at one point, Jack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The fuck is wrong with you people?
They're awesome.
That's exactly what's wrong with them. We love you guys. You're awesome. We do. We appreciate you guys in every way you support us. Jack, anything you'd like to show?
I'll drop links to my latest videos. And as always, thank you for the donations. It is greatly appreciated.
Tonight, we're going to be on Satsu 2 Cents' channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Lords of the Night. We have a game stream after. I am not sure what we're playing. I will not be gaming today. I will not be gaming until much, much later if I do, because I have a date with a little one. I cannot wait to hang out with her. It's been a while since just me and a little one were hanging out together. My son will be here, but he'll be doing his thing, and Lady Monkey will be here, but she's going to be working. So it's just me and the baby, really. And I always have so much fun with them. So I'm looking forward to this. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Jack, thank you for joining me. Everybody, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Aliens are real.